If you jump to the GSL, this comes with a brushless motor as standard. The brushless motor is, as it says, does not have brushes. So you don't have to worry about that maintenance for the unit. If you bump up to a brushless motor, you'll have increased vacuum capability and increased throughput performance. Now with these motors, they can see a lot of abuse in an industrial application, so we have to find ways in order to protect them. And we do that by using a filter disc that is mounted between the motor and the body chamber where the material is collected. This filter is very fine, and it's a Dacron polyester. What this does is it collects any dust that may come off of the pellets and prevents the pellets from going up near the vacuum motor. Now, since it can collect this dust, it'll actually start saturating and you'll actually lose vacuum performance. So in order to extend the life of your filter, to reduce your maintenance and need to change these filters out, all motorized vacuum loaders come standard with what we call a filter blowback, or automatic pulse cleaning. And what this does is it utilizes compressed air from your facility, accumulates it in a chamber or accumulator, and allows that air to be pulsed open via a valve, and that'll allow the air to flow through, clean the filter off, and push that dust back into the material so that it can exit with the pellets that are in the chamber. On the GSL, we have what we call a MicroBurst blowback. The MicroBurst is built into the lid. This MicroBurst is a rubberized reservoir that allows expansion within the lid to collect that air, but also add additional force via the elasticity of the hose. And what this will do is there's actually a built-in poppet that will, once the chamber is full and you take away that pressure from the solenoid by de-energizing it, it'll pulse a solid, sudden burst, which will impact the filter and push all that dust effectively and efficiently. We actually have a 3-inch discharge that's on the bottom here. We used an initial pulse before the load cycle to clean off the flapper. So that allows us to utilize a metal-to-metal seal or a sure seal on the GSL. So that eliminates another maintenance item that you would typically need to take care of. And now that's increased in size so that it's more easily able to evacuate material from the chamber, especially regrinds that tend to bridge. We actually have shrouds built in so that, one, we can actually stand this up on its own whenever you take it out from its operational position, and two, allows us to shrink up the discharge a little bit more and have a low profile approach, which gives you more volume below the loader in your destination, whether that be a surge bin, hopper, or another Gaylord. We have what we call a tilt cleanout feature and a hinged lid. So everything stays together in one piece. Now, we do this so that you don't have to take anything down from a high position. It allows you to have easy access to the filter instead of having to hold the motor lid and pull the filter as well. So I'm going to demonstrate real quickly how this tilt cleanout feature works, along with access to the filter, since those both apply in this situation. So I'm going to take the GSL right here, and first I'm going to have access to the filter. So I'm going to undo 3 butterfly latches, and I'm going to lift the lid and lock it in place, and now you have access to the filter without having to hold it, and then you can put it back in. However, in this situation, I'm going to show you the rest of the tilt cleanout. So we'll pull the filter completely out, and then on the back side, we have a latch mechanism that locks this in place. We'll pull this pin, flip this lever, and I'm going to turn this back towards you, and we're going to push this forward. So now the receiver tilts towards the operator so we can reach in, clean this out, blow compressed air, and once you're done cleaning, you tilt it back. And then you lock it back into place. So I'll turn this back around, put it in the hole, turn it back this way. I'll grab the filter and put the lid, lift it out of the locking, and then latch everything back down. Now, these loaders may be up high in another location. They may be up on an extruder or an injection molder, it could be up on a blender, and you don't have easy access to these units. where you only want to be able to go up there when you're doing regular maintenance. So you're going to want to have the controls readily accessible. So in the GSL, which you can actually pull this pendant off, we have excess cable for allow it to be brought down to operator level. Well, we can actually extend this cable even longer depending on your application need, but we provide adequate amount for most applications.